6:15, time now to say good Thursday morning to Mike Eppel with the latest in business news. And Mike is bringing Christmas gifts with him today. The gift to procrastinators of savings.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I went to the mall last night, actually, Tammie, just to get a couple of last minute items, and it was busy.
Yep.
Oh, my goodness. That parking lot was full. And there were some deals to be had.
There were deals. And the reason why that parking lot is full, too, is because people know that the storm is coming. So that busy day that normally is the 23rd, it's like Wednesday, Thursday instead now. That's it. But deals.
That's a good point. Yeah, I think the Boxing Day deals are a little earlier than maybe typical. You're already seeing some pretty big discounts in the store windows. And this is kind of trying to pull the sales ahead, if you will, after the it was a sort of a moderate run up to the holiday sales period, and has Black Friday overshadowed Boxing Day and all of these questions in the retail space. So they're moving inventory. That's been a thing. There's almost too much stuff, if you will, in the retail space right now, Tammie, and the sales opportunities are there to be had if you are ready to brave the crowds. And the parking lots.
And the parking lots. And of course, getting those savings really good at this time. We're seeing inflation is down slightly, but only slightly.
Yeah. And this is another contributor to, how people are shopping. They're looking for sales opportunities because the cost of everything just will not come down. At the grocery store, the November inflation report from Stats Canada showed grocery prices are still up more than 11% from where they were a year ago. Rental costs are now at record highs. Mortgage service costs are on the rise, Tammie. So the inflation rate at 6.8% didn't cool off all that much. We are expecting another interest rate hike, very likely at the end of January in 2023. Yeah, we're starting to say that already at the Bank of Canada.
All right. Gas prices heading down, but a lot of people switching to electric vehicles in the meantime. And it looks like you may have to eventually switch to electric vehicles. The federal government announcing details of this mandate when it comes to electric cars.
By 2026, all vehicles sold, whether you're talking cars or trucks, I thought that was interesting, have to be EVs or maybe hybrids. But nevertheless, Environment Minister Stephen Guilbeault earlier this week laying out the Trudeau government's shift to, climate change policies and this mandate. I'm not sure if the mandate idea is the best way of doing things here. I have a sneaking suspicion that you're going to see some government incentives to incentivize people to buy EVs, Tammie, because the price point, I think the biggest issue here is going to be supply of these vehicles. If you're telling people you have to buy something by a certain date, or the vehicle manufacturers have to sell a certain amount of these vehicles, do they discount prices at all? Or is this a situation where, consumers have to be given a bit of a carrot to buy these things? And of course, the infrastructure is still, I think, the biggest issue. This all has to be ramped up for charging bays and such. And you're still going to see resistance when you're looking at a temperature out west of minus 40 degrees with a wind chill.
Yeah. Wow. All right. And, we were talking about vehicle shortages just not too long ago, a few months ago, because of the computer chip shortage. It looks like the tables have turned now.
Yeah. The computer chip industry is now looking at job cuts because the ramp up of production has coincided with a slowdown in sales, specifically for personal computers. You want to differentiate here between computer chips that go into PCs or for vehicles. That is still, the vehicle side of things is still a little slow on the uptrend. Those parts are coming more from overseas. Micron Technologies is the largest U.S. manufacturer of computer chips for personal computers. They've got a supply glut right now, and they're looking at cutting 10% of the company's workforce next year. That's thousands of jobs, and they're coming off a money-losing quarter, and the stock's down 45%. year to date. So yeah, it's amazing how quickly things change.
Things can just
with
turn
the
right
with the supply chain issues. Hey, I'm off tomorrow.
Me too. I was just going to say the same thing to you.
So listen, you told me earlier I didn't have Fireside Eppel set up, but Christmas elf or something. There you go.
Oh, you know what, Mike? That warms my heart. Thank you so much for that. Merry Christmas to you. I'm so happy that you pulled that. I'm going to tell you, before we started and came up on air, I saw a little bit of that hat. And I was like, please, is he going to put it on? And he did. Merry Christmas
There
to
you
me.
go.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Have a
you.
great
Have a good
Christmas,
holiday.
Mike. We'll see you
Thanks.
soon.